Se define a un líder como alguien que encarna la decisión, la conciencia, el enfoque, la responsabilidad, la confianza y la inspiración. A leader is defined as someone who embodies decisiveness, awareness, focus, accountability, confidence, and inspiration. I believe I am the greatest leader of all time because I have demonstrated each of these character traits all of my life. My name is Simón Bolivar. I grew up under control of the oppressive Spanish government. Later on in life, I realized that if you want to see a change, be that change. I studied long and hard for years, working towards the goal of liberating my home. Little did I know I would end up liberating the 6 countries of Bolivia, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Panama, and Peru. I called for the end of slavery half a century before the Emancipation Proclamation and granted free status to those liberated as part of my Gran Colombia. I also trained and led one of the largest militaries in the world, demolishing Spanish rule in almost all of northern Latin America, which is why it became known as El Libertador, or the Liberator. Enough about me. Let's talk about someone who is no real leader. What is the only thing Augustus is known for? Pax Romana, or the peaceful period after years of war in Rome. However, this was no peaceful period, and in fact, was on the inside worse than the wars that it previously endured. Rome was in a constant state of high unemployment, and its people were consumed by poverty. 3 words: bread and circus. Thought to have given food and entertainment to those in need. False. Crumbs of bread were given to only men and animals, which was not only sexist, but the bread killed the animals that consumed it. Women could not find jobs, so they turned to prostitution. Do you really want a man who claimed to help his people when in fact he was making their lives much worse to be your next leader? Leaders are meant to help their people, not pick and choose who to help and who to kill. Which brings up my next point. Jews in the Roman Empire were forced to worship Roman gods. However, when they refused to quit worshiping the real God, Octavius ordered his army to slaughter them. In the end, killing around 1 million Jews. Know who else killed Jews? Hitler. Do you want your next leader to be a persecutor of minority groups? If you do, you could be the next one killed. Augustus is also a huge hypocrite. This man criminalized adultery when in fact he himself had several affairs. Not only was adultery criminalized, but the punishment was brutal. Augustus has drowned children and even left a newborn to starve to death on a rock in the middle of nowhere because his mother was convicted of adultery. Don't you, as humanity, value human life? Do you want to vote in a leader who does not care if even an infant is murdered? If Augustus was not in power and someone else was put in that law, he would have been killed years before he ever even came to power. Not to mention, originally named Octavius, he changed his name to Augustus, meaning lofty. Apparently Octavius didn't think he was a great enough leader. Well, Octavius, neither do we. Caesar. No, we're not talking about the salad dressing, though it is probably more famous than the man himself. Julius Caesar, more like Julius Sleazer. Julius is a small coward of a man who was given too much power, which got away from him. Typical. I love the name of honor more than I fear death. Well, Caesar, that's why you were killed, for having 0 honor. Is any man really that popular when they are stabbed 23 times repeatedly by their senators and their own best friend? Julius was suspected to destroy the Roman Republic. And just so you know, a republic is a state in which the power is held by the people. So of course Caesar would want to demolish anything that could limit or even remove his total power or dictatorship regime. As I said before, power hungry, however, Julius gained his power by being a coward. He avoided and ran away from the original leader, Sulla, and only joined the political realm once he died. I was not afraid of anything or anyone, which allowed me to lead with no fear. Do you honestly want a scared little boy to be your next leader? I didn't think so. Thus, not only was Caesar a hated womanizer, but he was also a murderer. His Gallic wars killed between 500,000 and 1 million Gauls, any of which could have been a better leader than him. All he wanted to do was impress the People's Assembly and the Senate and gain more power. In conclusion, Octavius was nothing more than a prejudiced man, and Julius was a traitor to his wife, friends, and republic. Thank you.